about to toast the ancestors. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's get busy. Let's get busy. All right.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Don't bother me,
Excuse me.
son. I'm
Excuse me.
busy.
We interrupt this vlog so that we can bring to you some news. Fresh off the presses. Tim, hold it up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. We interrupt this vlog for a special report. The report is on the African heritage diet. This is important news, so make sure you pay attention. All right. What happened when scientists put African Americans on an African diet and Africans on an American diet? I'm reading this from thinkprogress.org. Thinkprogress.org. I'll put all of the links at the bottom. In a study conducted at the University of Pittsburgh, 20 African Americans and 20 South Africans switched diets for 2 weeks. In this time, the Africans consumed traditional American food, meat, cheese, high in fat content, while African Americans took on a traditional African diet. High in fiber, low in fat, with plenty of vegetables, beans, and cornmeal with little meat. After exchange, researchers performed colonoscopies on both groups and found that those in the African diet group increased the production of butyrate, a fatty acid proven to protect against colon cancer. Members of the American diet group, however, on the other hand, developed changes in their gut that scientists say preceded the development of cancerous cells. Now, I want y'all to check this out. Listen, hold on. I put this up on the Geometry Journey site so that y'all can read it for yourself. We wanted to show how diet changes cancer, so we used biomarkers and looked at the proliferation rate that has been tied to cancer. Dr. Stephen J. O'Keefe, the lead researcher, told Think Progress. We were astounded by the gravity and the magnitude of the changes. In Africans, the diet changes produced microbiota that were cancerous. All this happened within 2 weeks and was quite astounding. The more we talk about diet, this will be important for all Americans, but most importantly, African Americans, said O'Keefe, a professor of medicine in the division of gastroenterology, hepatology, and nutrition at the University of Pittsburgh. Although more than 90% of Americans don't know there's a link between diet and cancer risk, the American Society for Clinical Oncology recently announced that obesity will soon surpass tobacco as the leading cause of cancer. Since the 1970s, rates of obesity have more than tripled, causing nearly 1 in 5 cancer deaths and $50 billion in healthcare spending, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Previous research has connected obesity with aggressive breast cancer in postmenopausal women and prostate cancer in older men. The risk factors are exacerbated for people of color. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention designated heart disease, cancer, stroke, diabetes among the top 10 leading causes of death for African Americans. African Americans are 1.8 times more likely to develop type 2 diabetes and 1.4 times more likely to be obese than their Latino and white counterparts. This holds especially true for those who have sedentary lifestyles, most likely brought on unsafe neighborhood conditions, inadequate access to parks and recreation centers, long distance to important locations, and outlined in recent papers. In general, health experts contend that a balanced diet that includes breads, fruits, and vegetables, dairy, meat, fish, in tandem with physical activity can keep people in shape, reducing obesity, ultimately the likelihood of cancer. But the most popular American foods are not always the healthiest. At least 1/4 of American adults eat fast food every day, which has been linked to weight gain. This is also true for traditionally African American food, colloquially called soul food, which includes a variety of leafy greens, corn, starchy vegetable, grains, fried meats, whole milk, and buttermilk. Listen, these meals, though full of flavor, contain high levels of fat, cholesterol, and sodium contents that significantly correlate with likelihood of chronic ailments. Soul food was developed during the era when slave masters gave enslaved black people the undesirable cuts of meat. Farming and hunting for wild game, including possums, rabbits, squirrels, and waterfowl, provided African Americans with the ingredients needed for the ideal soul food dish. However, historians say that some of these items didn't match the food choices that their African ancestors would have made, similar to experience that the Native American communities had after the U.S. government regulated them to settlements where they couldn't engage in their indigenous lifestyles. For African Americans seeking a balanced diet that incorporates the eating habits of their African counterparts, Oldways, a food and nutrition education nonprofit, created the African Heritage Diet Pyramid, a food model that promotes a diet rich in vegetables, fruit, beans, herbs, spices, and traditional sauces. The model also stresses the importance of physical activity and enjoying meals with others. Woo! All right. Now, I had a brochure. The link for this is on the site. Not the site, is on our Facebook page. Now, in here, they suggest, it's called the African Heritage Diet. I want y'all to read that. Read that. Look at it. African Heritage Diet. Getting back to our ancestral ways. They suggest go for the greens. Greens like spinach, collards, mustards, and turnip greens. Every day enjoy vegetable fruits, mostly whole grains, and cereal, beans, herbs, and spices, peanuts, and nuts, and healthy tubers like sweet potatoes. These are the core African heritage foods to shop for, prepare, and eat most often. Tuna, mackerel, and salmon. Use small amounts of healthy oils like sesame or olive oil for dressing, red palm oil or extra virgin coconut oil for cooking. Eat eggs, poultry, and other meats moderately in small portions and use as garnishes for other dishes. Consume dairy in small portions, and if you are lactose intolerant, enjoy other calcium-rich foods like greens, beans, and almonds. Sweets at the top of the pyramid are the foods to eat less often, limiting them to once a week or at special meals. Drink plenty of water throughout the day. If you drink alcohol, limit to 1 glass per day for women and 2 for men. This thing starts off, it says, diabetes is not part of your heritage, neither is heart disease. What is your heritage? What is in your heritage is a healthy heart, a strong body, extraordinary energy, vibrant and delicious food, and a long, healthy life. Told y'all, man, listen, with this Nguzo Saba challenge, you will be surprised the stuff that I stumble upon just by focusing on my principles. Think about this. They are saying that obesity is a killer. We know this, right? And diabetes and all of the other elements or ailments that we are suffering in our community are connected to our diet. I know many of y'all have heard this before, but I want to make sure you hear it from Giami Journey, right? I'm going to put the link so that you can read this for yourself. This is some important information that I believe that you need to really start focusing on, right? So a lot of y'all don't want to stop eating. A lot of y'all don't want to diet, and I understand that. But maybe by changing your diet, you may be able to eat more, but be healthy. And the healthier you eat, actually, the less that you'll eat. because it'll provide your body with what it needs. And by plugging into your traditional diet, not the slave diet, but your traditional, your African traditional diet, foods that are natural to you, foods that were designed specifically, or better yet, that you were designed to eat, rather than foods that they're putting out in front of you, like these Takis and Doritos and all this trash that they're throwing out here, and we think that they're food, but they're not really food. You know what I'm saying? We are eating ourselves to death. And I am challenging you, right? I am challenging you. Those of you that want to see your children grow up, change your diet. Change your diet. Now, I'm going to post up the information on the link below. Check out the links below. I'm going to plug that in so that you could go on and click it for yourself and read this news for yourself. Now back to the regularly scheduled program. And on second thought, we just going to cancel.